Someone said to me once, is this possible for Breaking Bad to have a happy ending? Have you been watching? And perhaps the happy ending would be that he dies. You know, I don't know. I mean, he's become so toxic and so cancerous in and of itself, you know, so maybe that's the way it has to go. But I truly don't know. None of us here on this panel know what's in this man's head. We don't know what he's going to do. We don't ask, and he doesn't tell us, and we like it that way.
Well, now let's talk about the evolution of Jesse Pinkman. Jesse had a tough year, but it does seem like he's kind of on the other side now. I mean, where is Jesse, would you say?
He's just kind of happy that he's alive, and at the beginning he was just this lost kid, kind of struggling to find his way, and then Walter White completely just screws everything up. And come on now, that's not true.
Your whole life was aimless until I came along.
No, I think Jesse's happy to, have his partner back and move forward.
Well, they're in a good place right now, but at some point he's going to find out about Jane and about Brock.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
Vince.
And well, let me ask you this: if Jesse finds out about Jane or Brock, what do you think the reaction is?
I mean, I think we all know. I mean, at the end of this last season, he thought it was all because of Mr. White, and so he came to the house with a gun, ready to kill him. So if that was the case, if he finds out, I mean, he's gonna go out guns blazing for sure.
You don't think he might forgive and forget?
Nah.
I think that's a good thing to consider.
Maybe. But it's just
he didn't die.
So where's my senior citizen base out there? Everybody looks like they're about 12 years old. Come on, anybody over 65 out there?
Were they AARP meth heads?
Yeah.
They're out there. So Mike's always had things under control, but I think we'll probably start to see this season that he no longer necessarily has things under control. How does Mike sort of handle that and dealing with Walt, who he knows is, as we saw in the promo, a ticking time bomb?
I don't know that Mike's ever had anything under control. I think Mike got lost a long time ago. I think he has people that he needs to take care of, and so he moves forward with great trepidation.
And any hints, Vince, to what Mike does in season 5?
No, because Vince gave me a whole list of things that I can't talk about. I don't remember what they are. I'm lucky I got to ask a question, for Christ's sake.
I'd like to take credit for helping Hank get his mojo back. Right? That's a good scene.
Exactly.
Two-handed scene. That's a good scene.
For instance, when you two guys were in the RV in the junkyard, and Xena down there was right outside the door.
Oh yeah.
We got to the end of Act 3 or whatever it was, and I can't remember what act it was, and then he was right in. The wolf was at the door there knocking, and we didn't know what the hell to do, and then we thought, are we going to have to undo, all this stuff that we've created here? And then we came up with it the way, The brilliance of Walter White is that he comes up with this stuff all by himself, whereas it takes 7 of us working, weeks and months.
Yeah, I don't know what was so hard.
Bitch!
Momentum. And you'd think that after narrowly being killed and having your entire family being threatened, that a sane person would say, wow, that was a close call. I'm out of here, let's get at it. But not. He doesn't. He's found a new power, and it's his ego, and he's got this drive to be the best. He feels like he just beat Boris Spassky in a chess match, and he's ready to take on the world. And so it's very interesting how, as we wind down to 16 episodes, we're also cranking it up. The tension of this last season that we shot, for me, felt far more stressful. Was it crazy?
Yes.
Yeah,
It did. This entire, I think I can explain the tone for this season. It's just eerie. It's just creepy. The entire season is just, you know the episode Crawl Space where Skylar finds Walt in the crawl space searching for the money, and he just starts laughing, and you just have this unsettling feeling within yourself. That's how this entire season felt for me. So it's a good one.
Without giving too much away, I think Aaron actually has the line of the night of the premiere. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You want to give a little taste?
Can I say that line? Yeah. Magnets, bitch! I love the scene where Ryan and I gotta kick the shit out of each other. All day long, we just threw punches.
We've done that a couple times.
We've done that a couple times, but this last season where Jesse found out that Walt bugged his car, that was just such a fun, crazy day.
Yeah, wait till you find out about Jane.
Oh.
What kind of fight is that going to be? As far as redeeming qualities, he makes damn good meth. Really good. Happens to taste like cotton candy, but it's really good.
That's a great question, and I worried in the early going of the series that people, you worry a lot about, seriously, you worry about likability. You worry that your character's going to be likable, because you think that equates to watchability, and you think that equates to, gee, if people don't like it, they're going to go click and turn off the TV. But I stopped losing sleep over that a long time ago, because yes, with every episode, indeed, Walter White does become less sympathizable. No less human, I think, but less sympathizable, certainly. His motivations, while we still understand them, I think, if we watch the show closely enough, we sympathize with them less. But he's nonetheless, at least I'm hoping, he remains just as interesting as always, just as fascinating a person as always. He does something this season that I as a viewer, as the first viewer of the show, I myself would probably say, you know what, I've lost all sympathy. I don't want to, obviously I'm not going to tell you what it is. I haven't seen it yet, but everything else up to this point, I think, was the bad decisions he's made, like with Jane and like with poisoning Brock. Terrible, hard choices. Most of us would not make. Of course, most of us would not put ourselves in this position in the first place, but I think that they are understandable. But I think this season, maybe we go even past that.
What do you think the point of no return was? I mean, how far back do you go to that point of no return?
For me, it was the pilot episode where once someone decides to become someone they're not and sell out their soul and compromise their morality, that's it. And he did it for financial gain. As altruistic as his original intentions for his family, he's not who he is supposed to live. And so that's what happened. So that's when he really turned. That's when he broke bad. Right?
Some young lady yelled out, "Aaron, can I have your baby?"
I feel like I won the lottery with this show. It has been, so far, hands down, without any fear of equivocation, the greatest creative and emotional highlight of my career. And these people are family to me. They're like a second family. the one I got to choose, and it's wonderful. And I hope this is not all sadly downhill from here. So whether it's TV or movies, I'd love to do both, but I just hope it's not all downhill from here. So.
And if we could just, before we have to wrap it up, collectively, we just want to tell all of you, thank you so much for supporting this little show.